Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast of the haunted attraction, haunted entertainment industry. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. And we are back once again. Happy Monday to all of you. Hope the start of the work week was generous and kind, and that everyone is enjoying termite season, which it most certainly is here in New Orleans. Do not go walking during dusk hours unless you're being pelted in the face by giant flying bugs.
Yeah.
It's not my idea of a good time, won't lie.
No.
But, here we are. But anyways, yes, we are Haunt Weekly, as we said, a podcast about the haunted attraction and haunted entertainment industry. You can learn more about us at hauntweekly.com. That is our website. We are Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and tinyurl.com/Haunt Weekly will take you straight to our YouTube channel where you can view nothing. It's an audio-only YouTube channel, but you can listen to all of our prior episodes, take advantage of some lists and some curation assistance.
Right.
All some good stuff. Well, this week we're doing something a little bit different.
Right, and those contacts that we just told you are going to be important.
Yes, they are.
Because we want to hear your ideas on this.
Yeah, we want more input on this because, well, I think we're fairly thorough, is what I would say. We've been thorough. We don't know everything.
Of course not.
We keep getting reminded of that week after week after week. We get it.
We don't presume to know everything either, though.
No, we do not. But yes... So, the main thing we're talking about today is places in which you might seek out and find inspiration.
Yeah.
Whether you're attempting to come up with a backstory, maybe looking for a new villain or a new character in your haunt.
Right.
Or maybe you're just looking for a cool prop idea, a cool room idea.
Exactly.
You're drawing a bit of a blank. Maybe you need a little help.
Yeah.
Boom, we got you. Whole bunches of places we're going to send you to where you can find inspiration for the next whatever the hell it is you need to create for your haunt. And we say this from personal experience with a lot of these places. Some of these communities especially, we have not spent a lot of time in.
Right.
A lot of these we have.
Yeah.
And we'll
some of them are new to us that we just found out about.
A couple of these we just found out about like last week.
Yeah.
So we haven't even had a chance. So if you're a member of one of those communities and we say something that is not accurate, I apologize.
Yeah.
Like I said, we try to research this heavily, but believe me when I say there is a lot of great places out there to go.
Yes, there are.
And if we have a little time at the end, and we may, who knows, we'll talk a little bit about our personal sources of inspiration and where we go when we are struggling to come up with the next whatever. Make sense?
It does.
All right, well, first conference reminders. Crystal, it is an odd week. Lead the way.
All right, May 18th through 20th. That seems really close. It's the Halloween show and National Haunters Convention presents Halloween Boardwalk Empire. I haven't had to say that one in a while.
I know.
It's going to be...
Believe me, I know.
It's going to be Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Showboat Convention Center. Features zombie volleyball, a hearse show, a Mardi Gras themed costume ball.
Yeah, I know.
And much more. And you can find out what that other stuff is at HalloweenShow.com, or if you're there in a few days, let us know how it went.
Yeah, I'll be curious. I know very little about this particular conference, though it looks very cool on the website.
Right.
All right, May 25th through the 27th. So also coming up lickety-split is the Midwest Haunters Convention in Columbus, Ohio, at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, not the Lesser Columbus Convention Center, the greater one, featuring a masquerade party and a zombie walk, pre-convention bus tour with 8 haunts. Yeah, and can't list them all. Well, actually, we do list them all. So I guess we can. Lessons in Fear, Ohio State Reformatory, Rotten Manor, St. Lucifer Scream Park, and in Erebus, and more. Okay, so we don't list them all.
No. No. You listed almost all of them.
I should have just gone ahead and finished the goddamn list. Oh, God. I wanted to build tension. I wanted to give the nice people a reason to go to MidwestHauntersConvention.com to get more information. So, boom, that's how you learn the last two.
Exactly.
Oh, and also they're stopping in hell for ice cream.
Yes, exactly. And then June 22nd through 23rd in Ulster Park, New York, Premier Haunted Attractions Tour and Education Series. It will be at the Super 8 Kingston, touring the Headless Horseman and all 7 of its attractions.
Jelly.
I know. I still want to go to this one. If we can make it work, you might see us there. We'll just nothing firm yet. Anyway, full itinerary is still TBA as of very recently.
Yeah.
But whenever it becomes available, you can find out at premierhaunttour.com with 2 T's.
Yeah, this is a quick aside here, admittedly. I don't know what it is about haunted my main job has me speaking at a lot of conventions.
Right.
I've been all over the world speaking.
Right.
Well, at least the U.S. and Europe. Working on an Asian tour soon, though.
Yes.
I sound like a band when I say that.
Well, it should have been last year, but then stuff happened. Yeah.
No one's fault. No one's bad or anything.
No.
But anyways, this seems to be an industry where the conferences set things up very last minute.
Yes.
We've had this problem with a couple of conventions. Well, maybe not problem, but this has been the way a lot of conventions have worked.
Right. So, yeah. And having put on a few, we talked about this in our conventions episode that I can't remember right now, but we did talk about it. And, having
go to tinyurl.com/hauntweekly and look for an episode on haunted conventions.
Exactly. That'll work. But yeah, so putting on big statewide events, I can't imagine the extra headache and hassle to put on a national one. But yes, it does seem like information's coming late.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, moving on. I apologize.
Yeah.
Then, July 14th and 15th in Ocala, Florida, it is the Southeast Halloween Enthusiast Convention at 2300 Southwest 17th Road in Ocala, Florida. Seriously, the building doesn't have a name.
Yep.
Featuring a ghost walk tour and a costume ball. Learn more details at sehec.com. Sec.com.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to workshop that acronym.
A little bit. Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. July 27th through the 29th. It's Room Escape Conference and Tour in Nashville, Tennessee at the Music City Center. Touring up to 8 different escape rooms, 2 tours of 4. Includes Extreme Escape Games, Live Minds Adventure Escape, Escape Point, and Locked Murfreesboro. Yeah.
Yep. And it's interesting because there's 2 tracks for the tours.
Right.
Each will do 2 per night, basically. So you'll do, if you're on track A, you'll do these 4. If you're on track B, you'll do these 4.
Right.
So it sounds like a lot of fun. And also, their acronym would be WRECKED.
But that's not their .com.
No, it's not.
Their .com is roomescapeshow.com.
Which is probably much better.
A little bit.
All right. Well, after that, July 28th through the 29th in Long Beach, California, it's Midsummer Scream at the Long Beach Convention Center, featuring dozens, I say, of on-site haunted attractions and experiences, as well as a Screaming Room Film Festival. Learn all the details at midsummerscream.org.
Yes.
.org.
All right, July 30th. Seasonal Attraction Leadership Symposium 2018, also in Long Beach, California, at the Queen Mary Hotel. It's by the Haunted Attractions Network, Ganta Media. 6 keynotes with following discussions, and you can find out what those are at hauntedattractionnetwork.com.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
And by the way, at hauntedattractionnetwork.com, you'll probably want to go to their Facebook page. From there, that's where they've been sharing most of the details about this right
Gotcha.
now. There's a symposium link on their website last I checked, which really was the previous episode. Still linked to the 2017 event.
Gotcha.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. All right. Well, on to our main topic today, now that we've killed 10 minutes of your time.
Right. That means less for us to talk about this.
I know, we're like a fifth of the way done already.
Exactly.
Routine. All right, but we actually we're thinking about this previously, and we mentioned it, I think, in the last news episode, that the Garage of Evil has closed.
Right, and that was a little while ago.
It was a little while ago, but for many of us, I don't want to say old timers, but many of those who've been around longer than I would say like 10 years or so.
Yeah.
I don't remember when Garage of Evil launched.
I would say even longer than 5.
Yeah, longer than 5 probably. It was a very, very key place.
Right.
Because it was a place you went not only to get instructions on how to make things, but you got inspirations and ideas for things too.
Right.
And it was always cool to see these builds and these props and thinking, oh, that's neat. What if we did it like this and made it our own? Mm-hmm. How many hours have we spent cruising through the Garage of Evil website?
Oh, plenty.
Especially in our early years.
Oh, yeah, plenty.
It was crucial. And one of the things they said when they finished up, when they were wrapping up, they'd achieved one of their goals. Prior to that site, haunters were very secretive, and they're not wrong.
Right.
We were very secretive. We didn't help out our peers. We looked at them as competition. We eyed each other jealously, which was just stupid.
Yeah.
And it didn't help the industry in any meaningful way. This was a public service to the industry to help us exchange ideas, everybody improve. More people have good experiences on haunted attractions. People go to more haunted attractions. The pie grows. We all make more money. We all get more customers. Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. It's more fun for everyone.
Exactly. But now that they've closed, unfortunately, like I said, where are some of the places we can go online now for inspiration?
Right.
And so what we've done is we've got a laundry list of places here that you can check out. Some of them dedicated solely to the haunt community.
Right.
Some not.
Some just because I wanted to list them.
And wanted to talk about them. And I think that's the category of the first one.
It is.
All right, go for it.
All right, so the first one's Gothic Homemaking with Aurelio Voltaire. These are little YouTube videos that he puts on. He is a musician from New York, primarily a musician. But this Gothic Homemaking series, not only does it teach you design tips and decorating tips, like really easy stuff to do, but it also goes into things like fake taxidermy, and he gives out a laundry list of vendors for oddities.
Yeah.
All sorts of oddities that you can purchase.
Yeah, it's actually a very, very interesting show. Even though it is aimed at helping you decorate and design your house.
Right.
In fact, if you go back to the very first episode, he has like the tiniest apartment in the entire world.
I know.
By his own admission. It is quite tragic. But he lives in New York City. What do you expect?
Yes, the layer of Voltaire is very small.
It's probably, the way he describes it, it's barely the size of the studio, air quotes here, that we record this
in. Yes, the bedroom.
The back bedroom.
Yeah.
Chateau de Haunt Weekly.
Okay, I guess it can be that now. But
I didn't pull a Jim Cornette and say the Castle Haunt Weekly.
No, it's definitely not a castle.
But the point remains, though, it's geared at that, but a lot of the stuff would work equally well into the haunt.
Right.
And in fact, we thought about using his book stand thing that he has.
I still plan on making that.
Yeah, and thought about using that in the haunt.
Right, because basically it is a corner table that the base of it is made with old books. We happen to have a plethora of old books in our library.
Would you say I have a plethora of presents?
I would. So, I do plan on making that. And the thing is, even if you're not Gothic, you can find inspiration for your haunt, because most haunts are decorated in a Gothic style.
Yeah. And very Victorian style, too, a lot of the time. He also showed tips for things like how to age and distress certain materials. Yeah, he even talked about creating fake taxidermy, as you noted. I thought that episode was really interesting.
Yeah.
And, like you said, points out to places you can just buy a ton of interesting. If you want to buy a coffin, he lists coffin dealers.
Yeah.
You want to buy, an armoire shaped like a custom armoire made shaped like a coffin, he lists a place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these really weird places. I did not know I needed these places in my life.
Right.
But I am so glad they are there.
Yes, and now they're being advertised to me on Facebook, and I'm not sad about that.
No. Your Facebook is significantly improved.
Yes. And, there's also finished product, fake taxidermy, and real taxidermy place vendors that he lists and goes through, which can be very interesting little touches to the haunt.
And the thing I like about the fake taxidermy, by the way, is he makes that palatable to the vegan and vegetarian, crowd, because this uses no animal products at all. You can either go true taxidermy, actual stuffed animal corpses, or you can go the opposite direction. So it's very, very cool looking stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's put together, and it looks great.
It's you know what? It's a great show. It's only, I think, 10 full episodes plus a bunch of mini specials.
Right.
It wouldn't take you very long to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's a good binge. And there's always lots of great ideas, and I'm always amazed what that asshole comes up with when he goes to Michael's.
Yeah.
I go to Michael's, it's crap. There's no... He goes there, he walks out with stuff and makes great things with it. It pisses me off, okay?
You're thinking about the birdhouse, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
It's okay. Because I'm like, usually.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Alright, next up is Instructables. Now, no doubt you've heard about Instructables.
Right.
But Instructables, by the way, GothicHomemaking.com is the site for that.
Right.
It'll link you to his YouTube channel where the lists and all that hang out.
Right.
Instructables.com, though, it's a site that has been around for a long time. It specializes in user-created how-to guides, basically.
Exactly.
DIY projects. And it is literally everything. It runs the gamut. It is everything from like how to do basic plumbing repair in your house, how to patch a hole in your drywall,
right,
to how to build, a skeleton armoire type thing,
Yeah, or facades for your haunt.
Yeah.
There are several facades.
In fact, everything I know about working with foam, I think has come from Instructables, pretty much.
Yeah, we've never quite made it to the HauntCon foam instructions.
No, the classes at HauntCon always look so cool, but they are always so expensive.
Well, and usually it's a multi-day thing, and we would have to give up a lot of other small classes.
And then also the fact I'm usually speaking one of those days, and I'm kind of obligated to go to the thing I'm speaking at.
Probably not good to move it to another room.
Yeah, stand there while operating. I'm talking about copyright and trademark.
Yeah.
Using a hot knife to carve phone. I'm sure this will not end in disaster.
I am positive people would go to see that.
Hell, I want to see it now.
Yeah. But anyway, I've used the site many times, especially for things like last year, one of our scenes was a doctor's laboratory. So I looked up just a Google search for laboratories, but in here I looked up haunted house laboratory, and then it gave me all of these cool ideas for props.
Yeah,
and we wound up using one or two of them,
we've used a lot of their how-tos before in various small projects. We haven't really done any of their big ones.
No,
I don't think we've really attempted anything then. I'm a little bit kind of scared to attempt a big project from there because...
Why?
I don't know. It seems like, well, it would take forever, but also it seems like a big investment in time and possibly money on a user-generated guide that may or may not be super accurate or helpful. The small ones we've never had a problem, but I still I still kind of wince a little bit though.
Well, and here's the thing: is if you search for Halloween props or haunted house props or any combination thereof, you will get a long list of suggestions. They can just give you inspiration if you're just looking for something to do. Yeah. And a lot of times, what I do is I will go through those and look at them, and then we'll talk about them, and we'll see how can we improve them or make them our own. Yeah,
like I just pulled up Haunted House, and there now they have a great looking set of Haunted House shutters.
Yeah.
That you can make, how to build mini facades, hand silhouette windows, a laser maze.
Yeah.
All kinds of neat stuff. Ooh, I want a laser maze now.
Yeah, and you can subscribe to them and pick which topics you want to hear about, and they will email them to you. You can also get them as a step-by-step guide by just going through and clicking through to the next step. I believe that if you are a member, which is a free membership, you can just download the PDF. So then you don't have to do step-by-step. You can just get it all at once.
Yeah. All right, so...
I think Jonathan's lost in Instructables.
No, I'm sorry. I'm reading the one about their haunted house facade. I like the construction of it. I'm not a big fan of the actual painting on it, but I think the concept's neat. Right. It's a good idea on how to do it.
And that's one of the things that we would change, is that we would change the paint job on it so that it matches whatever we're doing that year.
Yeah. Yeah, you think the neighbors are cheesed off at us now for the facade work we do. Let's make a 25-foot facade and see how well that goes.
I'm okay with that.
Anyway.
We almost did a spaceship last year.
Alright, moving on. Now I got like a slew of Facebook groups.
Right.
Some of which I'm sure everyone's heard of.
Yes, we've mentioned some of them here. Mm-hmm. We've interviewed some of them here.
Yes. But it still all bears repeating. First up is Haunters Hangout.
If you're not a member of this, why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The Facebook is more about the community. There is a website also, hauntershangout.org. The website has DIY projects.
Yeah. And it's really, really cool because, like I said, it's primarily community-oriented. But especially as people are building things and showing off things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You start seeing people post things there, and it can be really, really great to see that. Because you can get ideas for what you want to do. Like, I know that that several people... unfortunately, it doesn't seem to really start happening until we get into the run-up of season there.
Right.
People are actually finishing things. But basically, they'll be put like, hey, look at this dead baby I made, or like the zombie baby or whatever I made. Oh, cool, it's awesome. And then it just sort of keeps going from there.
Right. But it is a great community, both on Facebook and online. There are YouTube channels, too. So,
that's absolutely.
All, really good to be part of. Find out what other people... If you're having trouble... and I've seen this a few times, more than a few times. Someone was having trouble with how to finish a prop or how to make it work, and someone else was able to give advice on how to do that. Yeah,
there was one really good thread a while back. I'm trying to remember what it was about airbrushing, though. Mm-hmm. And I can't get an airbrush to work to save my life. Okay, people that get airbrushes to do well, mm-hmm. I am in awe at you. Okay,
yeah,
but. So yeah, there's a lot of great conversation around that type of thing. All right, Haunters Toolbox.
Right.
This is a site that attempts to be something of a one-stop shop for haunters. We've actually interviewed the nice folks behind it here in episode 118. Go back and check that out. But yeah, they also have a Facebook group where people can comment, share, and have discussions. Once again, primarily community-driven. But still a lot of people helping each other out, trying to tackle specific problems, and also people who are, just posting things they're proud of. And look what I did. I made a thing.
Exactly. I made a thing. Do you like the thing I made? I like the thing you made. Yeah. I like it too.
And if you like the thing and and that's what's important to remember about all of this is you get ideas from places and make them your own.
Right.
You don't basically just try to recreate what someone else did. You can take a core idea from it, put your spin on it, make it unique to you and to your haunt. So that's what this inspiration is about.
Yeah. And there are 3 levels of membership there. The basic one is free access.
Yeah.
So that is something to note. And we should note that we do have free memberships because we help with their calendar.
Yes.
So...
Yeah,
just putting that out there. We're not.
We are not employees, but
yeah.
Well, you do that. I don't do squad.
Yeah.
You're the good studious one there. So yeah, good point. Good disclosure. Good point. I'd actually forgotten that we had memberships there. All right, this next one's a new group. We only discovered this recently. Apparently,
it's new for us at least.
It's new for us. We just discovered it.
Yes.
But apparently, we've been missing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Halloween props for sale and DIY. Dear God, this group is awesome for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I really was not expecting what I saw when I got in there. It is a very, very cool group with lots of step-by-step tutorials on how to make different costumes, different props, different things, and also a place where you can buy them.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm on there right now. Someone just posted an 8-foot tall pumpkin they made.
Yeah, and I can't wait for how they made that because I think that would look great in our front yard.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, hopefully they post the DIY on that one. Oh, they did actually. It's in the comments.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah, they hadn't done that whenever it went live.
There's some DIY stuff in the comments now, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but basically it's a really, really cool place to get ideas for props and also maybe purchase some too. Mm-hmm. They really don't seem focused on the sales side very much, to be honest with you, though.
No, mostly it is, how you build this.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because it's people sharing their ideas.
Yeah, that's the place where we saw the guide on how to make the severed torso figure.
Right.
Yeah, I still want to do that. That is awesome.
Yeah, I saw that last year. I couldn't quite figure out how to do it before we opened. Mm-hmm. The Spill Your Guts prop.
Yes, the Spill Your Guts.
It's the homemade version of that.
And it looks really damn good.
Yes, it's very convincing. I love it. So.
Yeah, we may be attempting to replicate it. I say attempting because this is us we're talking about.
Yeah, it'll be changed up some, but yeah, I think that's completely doable.
Yeah. So yes, definitely a cool group. But once again, Halloween props for sale and DIY is the name of the group. We're going to include links to this in the show notes. So go to hauntweekly.com to find links to all this stuff directly if you so desire.
Exactly.
Now, the next one's got a confusing name, but it's important. But it's another great one. It's the Damn Texas Haunters.
Right.
This is a Facebook group that is not just for Texans.
Exactly.
That's why it's confusing.
Yeah. We actually learned about this when we were at Halloween and Haunt Fest last year.
Yeah.
And we asked, I'm like, well, we don't live in Texas. And they're like, that's okay. You could join it anyway. Yeah,
they're very opening. I mean, maybe it'd help to be somewhere in the region, like we do go to Texas Haunts.
Right.
So we do have that, but so we're close. We're in New Orleans, so we're close enough. It's got about it's got a little bit over 800 members right now. It's a very, very good community there. They've got it big enough so that there's always stuff going on, but not so big that it feels completely chaotic like a lot of the larger haunt groups.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and they do show off their haunts and show you some tips on how it... And I always find that looking at pictures of other haunts, especially from different regions, not the Louisiana region, is very helpful in getting ideas on, okay, this is great. I love how this works over here. How can we incorporate it and possibly improve it for our use?
Yeah. So. And that is something I've noticed as I've gotten more and more experience going to haunts outside the region. Mm-hmm. And because, I grew up in South Carolina, moved to New Orleans. Those are the areas I knew the most about haunts, obviously. But, yeah, once you start venturing out of your little sphere, your hauntosphere, if you will, you realize that haunting is very different in other places.
Right.
There's different flavors to it. It's very difficult to explain.
Yeah.
But it's very, very... It's strange to me because I would have thought haunted houses would be pretty similar everywhere, just differences between the haunts.
Right.
But it does seem like there are regional flavors.
Yeah, there are regional flavors. There are regional themes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And I don't necessarily like that.
Yeah.
Because
how many haunts have done a voodoo theme and significance here in New Orleans and the surrounding region? Every goddamn one. I'll answer for you.
Yeah. I don't think I can roll my eyes hard enough.
Please do not injure yourself. It is just a podcast. Please don't hurt yourself. I can't take you in for eye roll surgery.
Yeah.
That's a good example, though.
Yeah. We
went to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a single voodoo sequence that I can recall.
No.
They apparently have a thing about prisoners that I can't fully figure out.
Yeah.
I think at least half the haunts had something to do with a prison theme.
Right. And the whiteout mazes were everywhere.
Yeah, we're not getting into that again.
Yeah.
No.
We've already talked about it in our...
In our wrap up on Atlanta.
Right.
Not doing it again. The final one is another one that's new to us. The United Haunters. Mm-hmm. It's another Facebook group. Crystal,
You want me to take the lead?
Yes, I do.
Well, basically, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I just now ran into it. It's got over 1,800 members.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting group because I kind of like these more closed groups.
Right.
Because it's very interesting to be able to interact more directly.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, and as much as I love like Haunter's Hangout and all that, and Haunter's Toolbox, they're very big groups.
They are
very, very active, and when you post there, you can sometimes feel like you're spitting in the wind.
Well, and not only that, but if you try to keep up with every post that's put there, you'll never stop looking at that one page because there are things posted there all the time. So yeah, it's just very, very active. So it's hard to keep up with.
But it's also very, very good that it's active because the things that do rise to the top, you definitely want to see.
Exactly.
So that's not me knocking the larger, more active groups. But I'm just saying it's also nice to have a cozier environment,
right,
if you will. And speaking of cozy environments to sit around and talk, Haunt Chat.
Yeah.
Oh man, we interviewed Reverend Michael.
Right.
Recently, and his cohort, if you will, Mike Ross.
Yes.
Were on the podcast not that long ago. I'm trying to remember the episode number. But yes, and we were on Haunt Chat Live. Now, Haunt Chat Live is the show.
Right, it's the YouTube show.
The YouTube show, which is based upon the Haunt Chat community, but it is not. Yeah, 122 was our interview with Reverend Michael. But every Wednesday, they have a get-together. Right. Via Google Hangout.
Yeah.
And it goes on forever.
Yeah, it's a drop-in, drop-out. You don't have to commit a lot of time.
Yeah, we tried to drop...
We've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
We want to get into it more. Wednesdays, it's hard for us to remember. We should probably set a reminder.
Yeah, well, we also have a recurring thing on Wednesday.
Exactly.
That's been going on for a while for us. But still, when that's done, and it's usually done at 9, we try to come home and hop on. So
yeah, between
9:30 and 10ish Central Time, we try to pop on for an hour or two.
Yeah, usually an hour.
Usually closer to an hour because
I gotta go to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we got stuff to do, man. But yeah, it goes on until really late in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very cool group. I love hanging out there. The last time we were in there, Tater.
Yes.
We had story time with Tater. It was fascinating.
Yes.
It was quite lovely.
Yes, it was. And if you do watch the Haunt Chat Lives, if you're a member of the Haunt Chat Facebook group, they will give you a link so that after the live recording is finished, there is a Q&A with the guest.
And it was really interesting because we did Haunt Chat Live.
Right.
And he and Mike told us about this.
Right.
We knew it was coming. Was still not braced for it.
No. I
was still not braced because it's like, oh wait, we're gonna have people.
Yeah.
And then ding ding.
Yeah.
They're such a nice group. I love chatting with them, and it's a place to swap war stories and hang out, but also once again to get ideas and get inspiration.
Right.
I mean, I think you can get ideas alone just looking in the background of Mike's camera and all the weird crap he's got back there. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. And another Facebook group. Halloween prop builders.
Yeah, lots of these are going to be Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're just, a lot of people have moved to Facebook.
This is where the community thing has gone.
Yeah.
Whether for better or worse.
Exactly.
But yes, Halloween prop builders is another Facebook group. These guys specialize in, predictably enough, building props.
I wonder.
What a coinky-dink.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's a large group. It's got nearly 10,000 members.
Yeah.
Like I said, this one's been around for a while, but we just ran across it recently.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a prop that you've seen somewhere, you can probably find it in here.
Yeah.
There's some really cool, things.
Yeah, it's a really neat group. A lot of DIY stuff in there. I just can't say good stuff about it.
Yeah.
All right. Escape room enthusiasts.
Yes, well, we wanted to include something for the escape room crowd, because there are some of you out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is more for the customers.
Mm-hmm.
Customers of escape rooms, and there are a few owners, too, that are in this group. I've been a member of it for a little while. And basically, they talk about what they liked and what they didn't like about an escape room they went to.
And they share themes. They talk about their experiences broadly.
Exactly. So if you're looking to build an escape room, this is a great place to go to get customer feedback from places where people got things right and people got things wrong.
And there's also a lot of great photos from escape rooms.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess put there by the owners. I'm hoping that's the case.
Exactly.
Please be the case. And it includes some of the build stuff. How do they do the build?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's both sides of it. Yeah. So it's a neat place to go.
It is a very large group, like I said. I believe it has about 14,000 people in it. But So, yeah, but still, it's a very, very neat place to get ideas for escape rooms and haunted houses, because the two do have a lot of overlap. What works well in a haunt may work very well in an escape room, too.
Yeah.
So, all right. The haunted attraction industry.
Yeah.
Another, once again, Facebook group. I know.
Yeah, but this is the last Facebook group.
Yes, it is.
On the list. So then we'll get on to other things.
I promise.
You can get off Facebook.
But yeah, this is a group, like I said, it's a fairly... once again, I don't want to say it's small. It's got 5,400 members and change.
Right.
But it's another very prominent group. And basically, it is once again, it's a closed group too. I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was closed.
Yeah, it is.
But the long and short of it is, it's just a great place to share tips, tricks, and various other things connected to the haunted attraction industry. If you like this podcast, you're going to like that group. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I think that's as simple as it gets.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it really amazes me how many of these groups have opened up on Facebook. And like I said, maybe not the past few years, but over the course of, like I said, maybe the past decade or so.
Yeah.
Because like the Garage of Evil pointed out, previously we were not very friendly with one another a lot of times.
Right.
We were not very well known for being cooperative, for being helpful. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Our industry is much stronger for that.
Right.
All right.
I would completely agree with that.
Moving on, some Reddit communities.
Yeah.
Now, definitely focusing on inspiration with these. There is our haunted attractions.
Yes.
Which is basically, when I say /our haunted attractions, what that means is basically reddit.com/r/haunted attractions.
Yes.
Is how it works. So if you don't know, Reddit is basically a giant forum type place where people break up into sub-communities called subreddits. And this is one of those subreddits, haunted attractions. And I love our haunted attractions. I've been subscribed to that for quite some time. I haven't posted anything, but it's everything from prop building to people talking about how long does it take to open a haunt, how much money do you need, getting practical advice, how to be a better haunt performer is an ongoing thread right now. Yeah. Haunt walkthroughs in some case. Owners are posting walkthroughs of their haunts.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool subreddit. It is not the biggest, not the most active. It has only about 3,000 subscribers. But, man, is it well targeted for us.
Yeah, it is.
If you read it at all, you need to be here.
Yeah.
But
another Reddit one that I've been a member of for a long time and actually have posted a few things as our haunt is r/Hallloween. Now, this gets taken over with costumes. My God, all the costumes right at Halloween.
Yes.
But during the summer months and up to Halloween week, it's haunters.
Yeah.
It's about people building
it's the people
stuff.
that are doing the 365 thing.
Exactly. It is for it's specifically targeted towards home haunters and people building stuff for either their yard display or their home haunt.
Yeah. It's kind of the reverse of how a lot of the haunt groups are on Facebook. Because we talked about this a little bit ago about how in other groups you start seeing the finished builds as things are gearing up to open. So you like August, September becomes peak time to see finished prop builds and so forth.
Yeah.
Here it flips. Basically between August and Halloween, it's going to be all costumes all the time, all costumes, all cosplays, etc. And the rest of the year, you get the prop builds and you get the weird things like that. And it's not just prop builds, it's everything from makeup tutorials and suggestions.
Right.
To, you know, like I said, scene design, making jewelry or things for actors, things like that. It's a wide variety of stuff. So it is a really, really cool place. Two genuine places for just inspiration.
Right.
We'll bundle these two together. They're not like targeted at the industry in any way.
Right.
There's R No Sleep and R Creepy.
Yeah.
R No Sleep is a place to tell scary stories, basically.
Yes. And the thing about No Sleep is that the stories can be true or they can be made up.
Yes.
And you don't know which, and they're not going to tell you.
Nope. My advice with, if you've never been to R No Sleep, because it's going to be very inundating, there's a lot of stories there.
Right.
It's a very, in fact, I think it's one of the primary subreddits these days, isn't it?
I see it a lot.
I see it all the time, too. But is if you go there for the first time and you don't know your way around, you're not, go to the top of Reddit and sort by top of either all time or the past year.
Or just new, if you want to just see what was recently posted.
But you looking at top of any, extended period of time, you're going to get the best stories from that past year. And it's going to start you off with whatever was most loved.
Yeah.
And if those posts work out for you, then you can drill down more deeply.
Yeah, I stumbled across this because there was a link to one, and I read it, and I'm like, oh my God, is this true? Because it was written in such a way that it could be true, and it didn't have anything supernatural in it. So I was like, okay. And then I saw another one come up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Let me check the terms on this subreddit. Yeah. Because that's another key with Reddit, is to check the terms to see if what you're reading is, real or not. And here, it could be, maybe not. You never know.
And the other one, though, is R Creepy.
Yes. R
Creepy is just a place for creepy stuff.
Yeah.
It really is that. It could be clips. It could be like video clips and GIFs. It could be images. Like, it could be everything from photographs that are creepy to artwork to sculptures. And it can be, once again, text. But the goal is it has to be creepy.
Yeah.
And you will see things that are, at times, genuinely unsettling. They tend to stay away from, disturbing and gory and all that.
Right.
But they do include a lot of things that are, like I said, very, very creepy. Very unsettling. H.R. Geiger makes a lot of appearances in there. It's a good example.
Yeah.
Okay, another place to check, especially if you're needing inspiration with costuming, is Cosplay Groups.
Yeah.
All right, now most of the cosplay groups, like a lot of the haunted attraction groups, are on Facebook now.
Yeah.
That seems to be ground zero for this too. There is a lot of overlap between cosplayers and haunters, as we know. Especially since a lot of haunters seem to want to, turn their haunt into cosplay by using real horror characters. You know who you are. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are also local cosplay groups. Look for ones in your area.
Yeah. And there's a group on Facebook called Cosplay Help and Advice. Well over 20,000 members. And is purely for cosplayers and costume designers.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. It's a great group. I've only been able to poke around in there a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's very, very interesting to see that work. Watch out, though, on Facebook, because a lot of the cosplay groups are glorified porn.
Yeah.
I'm not objecting to attractive women in skimpy outfits, but that's probably not going to be very helpful if you're looking for inspiration for your haunt.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, but there are things like how to use EV foam to make costumes.
Yes.
Basic sewing skills, learn to build appliances, things like that you would expect from haunters costuming groups, you can also find in cosplay.
Yeah. And you'll find very different applications of it in the cosplay groups. You'll see them use it in ways that we don't necessarily.
Right.
But the skill set's the same. It's very interesting stuff.
Yes. Now I want a unicorn horn with like a teddy bear stuck on it.
Yep, I bet you do. Okay, other places. We're just throwing out some random stuff here now. YouTube. A lot of great DIY videos are on YouTube now. That has become my... In fact, these days, when I have something I need to do, whether it's change the tail light in a car I'm not familiar with, fix a plumbing issue, I go to YouTube first.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I go. The same is true for building haunt props. There's lots of great channels. I can't even begin to mention all of them.
Right. And I would also say that if you were looking at buying a product, if you're looking at buying a new product, search for a YouTube tutorial on how to use it and what people thought of using it. And, it should work out pretty well and give you an idea of what you're up against. Yeah.
And that is a very, very good point, actually. So, yeah, YouTube, just go search. What I'm going to do is, maybe we'll come back later and do an episode on great YouTube channels for inspiration. I think that could be a whole episode unto itself.
It could be, because there are so freaking many of them. There are. I don't think we could fit them all.
No, we could not. All right. Haunted attraction conventions. We just gave you a big, long list of them at the top of the hour.
Right.
Go to some of those.
Yeah. And if there are tours available, go on the tours.
Yeah.
Because, the haunters love to see you. Love to show off their haunt.
And we don't get to go to a lot of haunts as haunters because all haunts are open at the same time. You and I are lucky in that, since we're still home haunters, we only have 3 nights the year we're open.
Right.
But still, it's absolutely bananas to try to go to haunts during that time of year.
It is. Yeah.
My personal favorite place to find inspiration, but I have the advantage of living in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Is local myths, legends, and histories.
Yeah.
New Orleans is stacked.
Right.
With real messed up stuff in its past that you don't want to take it directly.
No.
But you can kind of play with it and do something along the lines. My favorite thing to do is to take from, like, generating a story. My favorite thing to do is to find something that happened in New Orleans history and take it in a different direction so it's not the same story, but it is more than believable enough.
Yeah.
And one of the most common questions I get, front of house or by email or whatever, is, was that story true?
Yeah.
And I said, no, it wasn't true. But it very easily could have been true.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. And also, episode 29, we did music videos. Talked about a whole bunch of great music videos for pulling inspiration down. Learning how to... everything from, like, various designs, makeup, effects, but also storytelling in a very tight space. A music video is a very short time length. They have to tell a story, and typically, since it's a music video, all the audio is the song.
Right. You
have to tell a story very quickly, very succinctly, using only body language and action.
Yep. Visuals is it.
And good luck, guys.
Yep.
So yeah, that can be rough, and we have a couple minutes left. Not nearly enough time to go into all the places that we get inspiration from.
Right.
I mentioned local legend and history. That's an easy one for me.
Right.
Where else? I mean, other haunts are big for us because we're able to go to them.
Right. Yeah. I also... So I have weird dreams. So that's, a big part of my personal inspiration, but not everybody has those.
Well, and that's one thing I would suggest to any haunter is keep pen and paper near your bed, your nightstand.
Right.
Because the reason is, if you do have a dream or a nightmare or something that really gets into your head, write that down.
Yeah.
And see if there's a way you can recreate that or use that in the haunt.
Right.
It may or may not be possible. A lot of the more common this is something we're discussing this year. We're doing a nightmare theme in our haunt. As a lot of the more common nightmares people have don't really play well in a haunt. Like showing up for class naked, I don't think as a good analog. And while it's probably possible to do it in a build, the feeling of running down a hall and the hall just getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that may be possible to do somehow, but I don't know how.
Right.
Not with the space we have, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there are different challenges that we're going to face this year.
Yeah.
Just because some dreams are going to be too difficult to replicate.
But yeah, long story short, if you're looking for inspiration, there's a ton of places to go online.
Yeah.
A lot of them are also great communities for haunters.
I would also check out old fairy tales.
Oh, yeah.
The Tiger Lilies. If you have not heard of the Tiger Lilies band, they're an acquired taste, but if you want, just look up the lyrics.
Wow, that was gingerly put, Crystal. That was well done.
Yeah, look up the lyrics if you're not a fan of the actual music, because some of their stories actually go back to what parents would tell kids.
Yeah.
As training lessons, especially from the Shock-Headed Peter album.
Yeah. Yeah, you learned that old fairy tales and old moral lessons and things were pretty messed up.
Yeah, they were.
They got really dark and really messed up at times.
Yeah, so I love reading those and getting inspiration there.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, to me, and this I think is sort of a truth in general, is that history really is the ultimate inspiration.
Yeah, it is. I remember the second year we were open, I read a book on the history of torture. Mm-hmm. So that I could learn different methods that were used throughout the centuries. Bamboo, very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of messed up things we did and still do in certain parts of the world, especially.
Right.
Due to one another. So, yeah. But yeah, history to me has always been the best source of inspiration for the big ideas. Mm-hmm. Well, that hopefully got you started and got you doing some Halloween things online. Some Halloween and haunty things online. Maybe there was a group there that you didn't know about. Maybe you'll jump into Reddit for the first time in forever.
No. Maybe you're sending us your favorites.
Yeah, we know this is not all.
Yeah.
Believe me, and I do want to do this. I think this put the idea down somewhere. This YouTube channel for Haunter, you know what I mean? I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Won't be next week. Next week's a news week, but we got to do that sometime soon.
Okay.
That's too good of an idea to ignore, because there are just too many awesome YouTube channels out there. But yeah, basically, hopefully you found a place to get a little inspiration and get your creative juices going.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for what?
Yeah, if they want to send us, your favorite groups, where can they do that? Well,
they can do that at Haunt Weekly on Twitter and Haunt Weekly on Facebook. I would love to hear your thoughts. You can send us a message. Leave a comment would actually be best, because that way other people can see it too.
Right.
We're very happy to have your comments. Everybody, if you want to put it in the PM and we can include it later, that's fine.
Yeah. If you want to do it anonymous, we can take that PM and get the link and put it over there.
We will not name Dave by name, I promise.
Okay.
I have no idea who Dave is. I just pulled that one out.
He's our friend that lives down the street.
Anyway. But the point of the matter is, definitely follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Haunt Weekly. HauntWeekly.com is our website. tinyurl.com/Haunt Weekly to go to our YouTubes. Well, you can leave a comment there too, though I might honestly not see that because I'm not getting push alerts for comments on YouTube. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yes. But thank you for spending the hour with us. Until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Haunt Weekly, episode number 127, Inspiration Destinations. We'll see you guys next week when we're doing the news. See you then.
Time to go get a dead possum.
Oh, God.